Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will discuss about Star Delta Starter. Before starting Star Delta Starter, if you have not watched the DOL Starter, please do watch. The link is in the description. Disadvantages of DOL Starter. For small motors, the starting torque will be 150% to 300% of the full load value, while the starting current will be 300% to 800% of the full load current or even higher. Advantages of Star Delta Starter. In case of Star Delta Starter, the starting current is reduced. It draws in star connection about 30% of the starting current provided by dual starter. This is the big advantage of Star Delta Starter over dual starter. The Star Delta Starter is ideally suited for high starting torque application, where squirrel cage induction motor is selected up to 50 horsepower capacity. The Star Delta Starter also improves the power factor and reduces the demand on power supply system. The reduced voltage lead to reduced motor current. The reduced current improves the motor starting characteristics and the motor starting without any electrical and mechanical stress. That is why Star Delta Starter is preferred with induction motor. Before starting Star Delta Starter, you should know about NC and NO. NC stands for normally closed, means in simple term, when the contactor coil is not energized, this contact is closed, and when the contactor coil is energized, it will be open. NO stands for normally open, which means when the contactor coil is not energized, this contactor is open, and when the contactor coil is energized, it will be closed. Okay, now let's start with the circuit. The main objective of the Star Delta starting method, which is used with 3-phase induction motor, is to reduce the starting current. As compared to the dual starter, the Star Delta starter is having two modes of operation, the star mode and the delta mode. In starting position, current supplied to the stator winding is connected in star for starting. In the running position, current supply is reconnected to the winding in delta once the motor has gained speed. The Star Delta Starter consists of two circuits, that is the power circuit and the control circuit. To know more in detail what is the function of each equipment, please refer to dual starter video. There are some difference between the power circuit and control circuit of Star Delta Starter as compared to dual starter. In the power circuit of Star Delta Starter, two more contacts of contactor KM2 and KM3 are there. These contacts are for switching the motor from star to delta mode. Coming to the control circuit, it has timer KT1 and contactor KM2, KM3, which will be used for switching from star to delta. In control circuit, you will see the interlocking between KM2 contactor and KM3 contactor. Interlocking means they both cannot start at one time. Going in detail, for example, if KM2 is active, the contacts KM2 2122 will become open and supply will not be given to KM3. Same way, when KM3 is active, the contacts KM3 2122 will become open and supply will not be given to KM2. This interlocking will help a full short circuit fault across the supply line during the changeover from star to delta. So now let's start with Star Delta Starter. In starting condition, as you can see, the supply will not be given to motor as the MCB F2 is in open condition. Once you switch on manually the breaker, the voltage will pass through the transformer, which will convert 440 to 220 for control circuit, but the current path is not complete. because of the start push button S1 contactor. The current will not reach to the contactor coil KT1, KM1, KM2, KM3. So the current will not reach to the motor and motor is in off position. Once you press the start push button, the path is completed. As you can see in the diagram, the current will flow from fuse F3, then start push button S1, then stop push button which is NC, then overload contacts 95 and 96, and then to the timer contactor KT1 and contactor KM1, KM2. Once the contactor coil KM1 is energized, the contacts of contactor KM1, that is 1314, will become closed. This contact is called latching. Latching means now even though you remove your finger from the start push button, motor will keep on running. Now the circuit path is same. The only difference is start push button S1 is now open and KM1 1314 is closed. The motor will start running. First, the motor will start running in star connection as you can see in power circuit. In this condition, the KM2 contactor contact which are in the power circuit will be activated. In star connection, motor will draw low current. After time delay, the contactor KT1 will be activated and the contacts 15, 16 which is normally open will become normally closed and make the contact 15, 18. During this time, the supply will be switched from KM2 to KM3. Now the motor will run in delta mode. Now to stop the motor, you will have to press the stop push button. The contactor coil KM1 will be de-energized and KM1 1314 contact will be open and S2 stop push button which is closed will become open. Thus the motor will not get the current and it will be switched off.